Hi everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Cheat Sheet with me, Sneha. On the show today, I'm waiting in the waiting room of Bollywood's most celebrated cosmetic dermatologist, Dr. Jaishree Sharad. And I'm going to be your guinea pig because I've sought an appointment with her to try out the very in-demand glutathione injections. So join me and watch as I get the procedure on Cheat Sheet today. Dr. Jaishree, welcome to Cheat Sheet.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I've been wanting to do this episode for really long. The disclaimer up front is that doctor has been my dermatologist for many years, which is also why I know that she's the dermat to many stars. And that's why today I've come with a face of absolutely no makeup, completely barefaced. I want to be your guinea pig and just help my audience understand what you do so well. All right. So I have a few questions for you and then we'll get into some experimentation as well. Firstly, when we see actors with such flawless skin, I want to ask you upfront, are they born with it or is there a lot of work that goes into just looking so flawless?
A lot of them may be born with it, but as we grow older, the skin tone changes, you're exposed to a lot of sunlight, you're exposed to a lot of pollution, especially in a city like Mumbai. And then there's makeup, there are harsh lights. So you can have an uneven skin tone and acne and blemishes and rashes and all of that.
So actors also have all of this.
All of them have all of that. What I mean to say is that they are human beings. They have skin and they have all these issues from hair fall. In fact, their issues are more, right? Because they're subject to so much of stress and pollution.
Harsh
and lights all the time and makeup all the time. So, yeah. So, a lot of discipline and a holistic skincare.
Yeah.
So I think that really takes them, because ultimately their face is,
the money shot.
you said.
But I want to know from you in general with lay people, with actors, what do you see are the most in-demand treatments that are there right now?
Things have changed a lot post-COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think people are now looking at themselves more intensely and everybody, I'm talking about the lay people since you said, and they want to look good, they want to feel confident, they want to dress in a particular way, they want their skin to be flawless and radiant. And a lot of them come with, doc, we don't want makeup anymore. We want our skin to glow. And so we do the vampire facial, which is really very popular. Okay, so we take blood and then we centrifuge it and then we inject it into the face and we use a derma pen over it. So that's very popular because again, it's for glow, it's for anti-aging, it's for firming the skin, because this is platelet-rich plasma. It's got a lot of growth factors. So it stimulates your collagen fibers, firms the skin, reduces fine lines, reduces dilated pores. Right, so it's an amazing treatment and it's your own blood, and for the next 15 days or a month, your skin really glows, apart from the other things that it's doing internally. So that's a very popular treatment. The second one that is popular is skin boosters. Okay, so these are hyaluronic acid injections and it's literally like injecting, moisturizers into your skin. It's not a filler or a Botox.
Got it.
And anybody who has dry skin, even at the age of 25, can do it. And it's also very good for people who are 35 and above as a preventative measure. Number 3 is glutathione.
I was coming to that.
which
Made in Heaven made very popular,
you
of
said
course.
It, yes. The episode 1, everybody saw what was happening. But I like the fact that Zoya brought out this because in India, we're always running behind fair skin. Right? So whether you want to act or not so much these days, but back in the day, any model, any actor, especially females, had to be fair.
Yeah.
Any matrimonial ad you saw, wanted, fair, beautiful, whatever, tall, all of that. So the fair element has always been there. So much so that I've had patients with bringing their 15-year-old boys also, saying, he was really fair when he was born and look at him now. But he's been playing. He plays soccer, he plays cricket, he's out in the sun. Let him enjoy his life.
Yeah.
So that's the
Mindset.
that people have. And glutathione has been there for a while. It's a very powerful antioxidant. It is there in our skin. It's a very good liver detox agent. So it's given for a lot of liver disorders, fatty liver, cirrhosis of liver, alcoholic cirrhosis, to an extent even liver failures. And my husband being a gastrointestinal surgeon, I know that this drug has been there for a long time, FDA approved. But what it also does is it works on the melanin, reduces the melanin to a certain extent, which is why the skin looks brighter.
Right.
Now, when you take a lot of glutathione, when you overdose it, or if you're allergic to it, okay, you will, the melanin will break down faster and you will lose that content really sooner. And so you become fair, right? So it's good to do glutathione maybe once in a while, maybe once in a month, or, once in every 2-3 months. If you want the energy, you want the detox, you want the antioxidant effect, because there are a lot of free radicals which accumulate in our body thanks to stress, pollution, sun exposure, the food that we eat, sugar, and then smoking, alcohol, vape, Joule, all of that. You keep accumulating free radicals. And if you want, say, one gun or a bullet to kill all of them, it's any antioxidant. Glutathione is one of those very potent ones.
Got it.
You
Lots more questions for you, but I want you to first examine my skin, suggest what you think I should perhaps try.
Yes, of course.
And then we can go to the consultation room.
I've been talking to you and you've had certain skin issues, some allergies and, some really scary reactions that we saw and we went through. And I've been thinking that I will suggest glutathione to you.
Okay.
And, of course, we do an array of blood tests.
Okay.
And, and then we figure out if you're deficient in D, B complex, or any of the other, minerals. We add all of that to the glutathione drip.
Okay.
Okay. But the glutathione vitamin C you definitely need. So let's just go ahead and do that.
In you I trust.
Yes. And as far as your skin is concerned, it's good that you've come without makeup. I see that, there's a little dullness and some blemishes here and there. I think maybe you had 1 or 2 acne here and there. And so maybe we will do a peel, something as basic as a peel with a mild exfoliation, right?
Okay. I'm all set. What are we going to be doing?
So we're first going to do a peel for you.
Okay.
As we discussed. And then we will do your glutathione. And then we will do a bit of a facial. Right?
Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah, come on.
But I also have lots of questions while I'm here, so I'm going to keep talking to you.
Yes.
Doctor, I can imagine that you're on a lot of actors' sort of speed dials when they break a zit on, say, shoot day. What are some of the calls that you do end up getting? Frantic?
Yeah, the frantic ones are always 1 zit or 2 zits. Because then it shows, right, on makeup, and it's exaggerated. It looks like this one big boulder on the face.
But what does one do? Honestly, what does one do when you break a zit on shoot day?
So we give you a cortisone injection. It's called triamcinolone. You dilute it and you give that. And it just calms down. Or the other thing is, if you have 1 or 2 days, then we just drain the entire thing. Then we don't give you an injection. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm just cleaning your face first. This is still cleaning. When we do a peel, I know you said you don't have makeup or anything, but still you've traveled and come. And this is called degreasing. So you have to really clean the skin, and get all the sweat salts and oil and the sebum and everything out so that, there is easy facilitation of the peel seeping into your skin. Right, you're trying to, that's medicated acetone, so you smell that.
Okay. We often see, for instance, actors looking different, and we're very quick to say that it's Botox gone wrong. As a dermat, like, does that happen? How does that happen? What is it reversible when that happens?
So, first of all, people don't know the difference between Botox and fillers.
Okay.
Even if it's a filler, they'll say it's Botox, right? Botox is done for the upper face.
Okay.
It's done for wrinkles on the forehead, wrinkles here, frown lines, crow's feet. And of course, if somebody has a square face, you inject Botox to make it more chiseled, and these bands here. That's all. But when you see those big, big cheeks, those apple cheeks, and weird looking expressions sometimes,
Yeah.
that's not Botox gone wrong. That is fillers. That's excessive amount of fillers. Or lips looking ducky. That's
Yeah.
excessive amount of fillers. And so you can dissolve them. There is an injection which you use, it's called hyaluronidase. You inject, the entire thing just comes off within 24 hours, it's all gone.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so it can be done.
No, so as a dermatologist, would
Yeah.
you feel like it's also your job to advise a client if you feel that they may be overdosing on something, or is it a service that you provide as a doctor?
No. I first of all, I'm a clinician, right? I'm a proper MBBS postgraduate in dermatology,
Absolutely.
and then fellowship in aesthetics and stuff. So my ethics come first,
Right.
and I will put my foot down and say, I'm sorry, I cannot do this because you will look like somebody else, or you will look artificial or whatever. And then it's the person's choice. If they want to continue with me, great. They want to go somewhere else and get injected, it's their choice.
Right. No, but do you also find yourself stepping in as a counselor of sorts when someone comes to you with
50% of the times I'm a shrink.
really?
Yeah, just yesterday I was saying that to somebody. Like 50% of the times I'm a shrink. Okay, so this is the glycolic acid
Okay.
that we're using. Okay. And I'm not taking brand names here, but it's 25% glycolic acid. It's a sugarcane extract.
Do you at all work with actors who need to look a certain way for a particular film? Like, I remember Anushka once saying that she used temporary lip fillers for Bombay Velvet. Does that ever happen to you where an actor comes to you with a sort of
Yeah, it does happen. It'll be the entire production team which comes and says, okay, we want, the actor to look a particular way, both either young or old,
oh, okay.
and then we have to figure out what to do. Yeah, it happens. I remember back in the day, like I'm talking about 20 years ago, somebody came and said the mole has to be removed, and there was a mole on her face, on the actor's face. It was somewhere here, and we had to actually remove that. Of course, she also wanted it removed,
Okay.
but yeah, even those kind of requests.
Because the character didn't have
Yeah.
one there.
And then there was a recent one where they wanted lips, as you said, they wanted lips in a particular way for that character. And she said that as soon as the movie's done, Doc, can you just, take the filler off? I said, yeah, we'll do that, sure enough. But of course, it did not mean duck lips. It was just
Right.
like more plump lips, fuller lips. But after that, she began to like it. And she's like, I think I'll stay with this.
But do you also see the pressure among young actors to sort of adhere to beauty standards that we have set as a society? Does
It
that
happens.
happen?
Yes, it happens. It happens. It happens all the time, especially because of social media, and people are very judgmental, and yeah, it's the people who have set all these standards. This one should look a particular way, oh, she has a big nose, oh, she has small eyes, oh, she has thin lips, oh, she looks like a man. All these things, we are the ones who are saying that. And they're always under pressure, And then there are certain people like the Kendall Jenners and the Bella Gigi Hadids and all, who are really these role models, and everybody wants to look like them. And obviously then people who are on camera have that, they are under pressure because they also want to look a certain way. right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And what does one do at a time when there is an allergic reaction to, say, a filler, or how does one address this?
So there has never been an allergic reaction to a filler. It's been 24 years since I've been injecting. You don't really develop allergic reactions to fillers.
Okay.
What can happen is overfilling. So you look really full. So the injector should know the anatomy well, should have an aesthetic eye, blend the science and art and recreate the face. The other thing that can happen is a bruise. Now, we as clinicians and doctors do not call a bruise a side effect. It's normal. The face has hundreds of blood vessels and capillaries. So, when you're poking in with a needle, there's a possibility of a bruise, and the bruise goes off in about 5 days to 15 days, right? But for an actor, or even for, say a corporate or anybody, to move around with that bruise, when we're still not in LA, right? And people in the US will just move around with bruises. Oh, what happened? We got a filler done. Right? Here it's not like that. So it gets a little tough. So we always tell them keep like a window of 10 days, because if you bruise, it does show. I mean, you can cover it with makeup, but if you want a no makeup look, then this is not the right time to do. So that's the side effect. Sometimes there's a little swelling. It takes about a week to settle down.
Right.
So these are all these minor side effects. Now, when you're Botoxed, however, okay, so if I inject too much of Botox, for example, and all these lines freeze, you can't undo it. So, Botox wears away on its own in about 4 months. So, for those 4 months, you're stuck with that frozen face, or sometimes maybe a crooked smile because, the injection was probably too much and it's gone into the wrong muscle. So, then you're stuck with it for 4 months.
Right.
Filler is not that way. Filler you can dissolve like this.
Right. I'm also curious about men's skincare. I know that Ranbir Kapoor launched your new book. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
Do men also do a lot of skincare?
Men should do a lot of skincare. I mean, they have skin too. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it very different though? Like do men do very different things than women do?
Yeah. I mean, men don't like elaborate treatments, right? They won't come in for, a 1 hour facial, or, let's do this high food treatment, which is for 1.5 hours.
I can't even convince my husband to do a pedicure, na?
Yeah. So now the timer. So, we set the peel for 5 to 6 minutes and then we remove it. Did you have any tingling sensation?
Yes.
A little bit,
yes,
right? But that's all. If you
Yeah.
see there's no redness, nothing. And now over this, I'm going to apply the second one, which is called the Ormedic, which is that 5 fruit, the exotic fruits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So men do much quicker.
So they want to come in and go as quick as possible. Maybe just an extraction, 1 pimple removal, or maybe just an oxygen, like a 20-minute oxygen facial. Things like that,
But you're seeing them more receptive to skincare
Oh, yes,
now?
of course.
Okay,
Of
that's
course.
heartening.
Yeah, of course. And then the younger lot, because I'm not talking about actors, they don't do it. But the others, like the non-actors, they're all influenced by the BTS, all the singers,
Right.
So they want their chin a particular way or lips done in a particular way. So men also come for lip fillers, younger boys.
Interesting. And what about the receding hairline? What does one have for that?
You have to do an hair transplant. Of course, you start early, you save it, you push the whole process of hair loss, the male pattern balding, by giving some vitamins, supplements, minoxidil application of peptide solutions and all of that. When nothing works, you have to, and then we also do PRP.
Right.
There's something called the Arthrix PRP, which really helps. But all of this will just push that cycle by, say, 10 years.
Right.
I mean, if you have to bald, you will bald. And so then you opt for a hair transplant.
I want you to tell me about, obviously someone has to consult with you before you give them a specific routine. But for those watching, what is a good beginner start to skincare?
Keep it basic, first of all.
Yeah.
Don't do 10 layers, right? So you must cleanse well. Depending on your skin type, you choose your cleanser, you cleanse. And then toner is optional. If you have really oily skin, then you may tone. Otherwise, you skip it. use a moisturizer and a sunscreen. So that's your day routine.
2 fingers sunscreen.
2 fingers
That's
sunscreen.
doctor's tip always.
Yes. Good. And then at bedtime, however tired you are, you have to remove your makeup. Okay. And then you cleanse again. So that's called double cleansing. If you have very dry skin, then you just cleanse with water. If you have oily skin, acne prone skin, then use your cleanser again after removing your makeup. And then you can use a serum, right? So depending on, again, what your requirement is. If you have dry skin, use hyaluronic acid. You have acne prone skin, use salicylic acid, which is a BHA. You have a lot of fine lines, use, or open pores, dilated pores, pores always open. Then you can use an AHA serum. If you just want something anti-aging, use a retinol serum maybe twice in a week. So depending on the requirement, use a serum and then moisturize. So that's as simple as that. Keep it simple. Eat healthy, because ultimately your skin is what you eat.
And water?
That's very important. About 2.5 to 3 liters of water.
Because you only hear actors say, oh, my skincare routine is that I drink a lot of water. It's most frustrating.
I want to bust a myth here. So a lot of people think that by drinking water, your acne will go away because you're flushing out toxins. There's nothing like that. Acne is, because of a hormonal imbalance in the body. Yes, you do need water because you want your gut cleansing to happen and your digestion to happen properly. But you don't need that much water, okay? Secondly, the skin doesn't get its moisture from within. By drinking water, you're not, even if you have dry skin and you say, I'm going to drink 10 gallons of water, it's not going to get oily. Because that's sebaceous glands. That's the oil gland secretion, right? So you need moisture from above. You need to use a moisturizer. So yeah, I think it's a little overrated. Don't get me wrong, water is important, but
it's not going to give you goddess-like skin instantly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're taking the plunge of glutathione.
Trusting you and the things I do for cheat sheet. So you guys get a peek into what really goes on. Yeah, I'm an absolute guinea pig.
No, but I myself, I have asthma and I have a lot of allergies. And I take glutathione. My allergies have reduced dramatically. And even my asthma, I don't get so many attacks. So it's actually very good for even skin conditions like eczema, psoriasis, lichen planus.
Interesting.
So all of those, because again, antioxidant.
And the frequency you would say is once a month?
Once in a month, yeah.
Once in a month? Okay. What, according to you, are some of the big skincare blunders that honestly you would advise people to not do?
I would say do not try home remedies like lime, lemon and baking soda.
Lime, lemon and baking soda.
Yeah, because it's okay to do mashed papaya bananas and all of that. You don't know what the state of your skin is at that point of time. And if there's little exfoliation which you can't see and you go and apply lemon juice, your skin can burn. There was this reel which was forwarded to me where this lady has over 1 million views and all of that. And there was baking soda, lime, toothpaste, and some honey and all of these and turmeric mixed, applied it to the underarm for underarm darkening and said, it brightens and all of that. And I was like panicking, just looking at that reel, okay?
Yeah.
And you won't believe it, the next day I had a patient. Burns. Underarm skin is fully burnt. I said, what did you do? She said, I saw this reel and did it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is too much of a coincidence. But don't do all of those things. Secondly, don't do 10 layers. So sometimes you have kids they come with their full bag. And you have AHA, you have BHA, you have niacinamide, you have, vitamin C, you have hyaluronic acid, you have bakuchiol. They're using everything.
It's also Instagram reels.
Yeah. And you don't need them. Maybe you can use any one in the day and any one at night. You don't need so many serums. Your skin doesn't need it, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, where did we apply all of that? We still have great skin. Moisturizer and sunscreen. and maybe one serum in the day, one at night, because you have these now at your disposal and they'll do something for you. Like, for example, if I were to say, okay, Sneha, you probably use a BHA serum twice in a week and maybe a retinol serum the other 2 nights, for your kind of skin, because a little uneven, little breaking out, getting into that now, whatever, you don't want sagging, fine lines and all of that.
Yeah.
But that's it,
Yeah. There's your skincare book that has all the answers.
Yes.
I'm going to link it here as well. But who do you think will benefit best from that book?
I think all age groups, because it's a totally Instagram book, right? All the questions which came to me on Instagram have been answered. They're very legit questions. I'm going to start. One prick. Take a deep breath. You're good?
I'm good.
Just release this. Okay, you're comfortable?
Yeah.
Just aram se. So this is normal saline. Start. No pain, nothing, right? Very good. So what she's adding now is going to be N-acetylcysteine. She's loaded N-acetylcysteine and vitamin C, right? N-acetylcysteine is also a very potent antioxidant and it adds as an adjuvant to the glutathione. So we let that go in the drip and we add vitamin C for better absorption of the glutathione.
Okay.
Okay, and of course vitamin C, so now she's adding vitamin C. So that's also by itself a potent antioxidant, right?
How fun. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of comments in the YouTube section wanting to know how people can reach out to you. So tell us where you sit out of and how can people get in touch with Dr. Jaishree Sharad?
The easiest, I think, is to follow me on Instagram and DM me, make use of technology and social media. But I have 2 clinics. One is in Khar, in Bombay, and the other one is in New Bombay in Vashi, NAC. Yeah. Now she's adding the N-acetylcysteine. So I know of people who do it on alternate days, or every day just to get fairer. And I would really advise people not to do that. And I think you should really, all shades of brown are beautiful and you have to embrace your skin color. That's very important. And melanin, as it is protecting us from UVA, UVB. Indians don't have skin cancer.
Yeah.
Right? So why get that, get depleted of melanin, which is actually very good for us. We don't age so fast. You look at a Caucasian, the wrinkles are far more. They have wrinkles all over the face. Like a 50-year-old Caucasian and a 50-year-old Indian.
Yeah.
There'll be a huge difference. And that's because of melanin.
So hold on to
it instead of always saying, oh, grass is green.
And fair is not always lovely.
Of course.
So what's the deal with glutathione? Like you take it once and you're set for life, or like how does it work?
So, I wish that was true, but you are getting exposed to all the free radicals every single day.
Right.
Your stress level is always, the same. The pollution, the sun exposure, the smoke or whatever it is,
Yeah.
If you eradicate all of them, so then 1 dose of glutathione is fine. But here, also for the fairness bit, people who think, oh, I'll take a glutathione shot or I'll take 6 doses and I'm going to be fair forever. That's not true. Okay, so when you stop taking the injections, 6 months, probably the effect lasts for about 6 months and then you slowly get back your color. So it's done. Just taking out the needle, pulling it out. Sticking it. You're good, na?
Totally. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I wouldn't have done this with anyone else, I can assure you. Thank you so much for this cheat sheet.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, that's a wrap on this episode of Cheat Sheet, guys. This is the after. I'd love to hear in the comments what you guys think, and is it something that you'd consider doing as well? Leave me a comment. I'll be watching.